Ginga Kickoff is a sports anime about a soccer team, Momoyama Predators, formed by elementary school students. It began airing on NHK BS-Premium channel on April 3, 2012 and finished airing on February 26, 2013. It was also shown on NHK General TV. It was retitled Victory Kickoff during its European release, and has been translated into French. Characters: Shota is a 6th grader, and in the beginning, he is the last remaining member of the Momoyama Predators, and because of that the manager disbands the team. Shota loves soccer, even though he is pretty bad at it. Despite all that, he goes off to try to find members to revive the team. First he meets Erica and her dog practicing soccer in the park and immediately asks her to join. After recruiting Erica, they have a falling out when she realizes that there is no team for her to really join. The two come across Misaki Shimizu in the park where they were playing and challenge her to a 2v1 match. The two are crushed, but in the end Shota manages to steal the ball and score. Shota is very strong-willed and loud, and though his soccer skills aren't so good in the beginning, he gets better over time. His greatest asset is his ability to never take his eye off the ball and to see the patterns in the way players move. Misaki says that he will grow to become an amazing soccer player someday. Shota typically plays left defender. Voiced by Yuko Bayashi. Erica Takatoyu, she is a 6th grader originally from Osaka and is the former ace of the Nambu Dandelions. Back then, she was known as the Speed Star due to her speed with a ball. It appears as though her team was also disbanded and she transferred to Shota's school. She has a bit of a complex about boys, saying that they are better than her because she is a girl, and in several instances is deeply hurt and angered by it. After meeting Misaki Shimizu and Shota, she learns that women can be great players as well and that there is room for her to get level up if she doesn't give up. Erica is cheerful, full of energy, and very frank. She has a crush on Naoto. She typically plays left forward. Voiced by Mariko Nakatsu. Misaki Shimizu, a member of Rosa of New Tokyo FC, she plays the forward position and is known for her speed. She meets Shota and Erica in a park while she is training after an injury and is challenged to a 2v1 by them. After completely dominating them, Shota in the end manages to steal the ball from her and score. Shota asks her to be their coach, but being a professional player she had to decline, but wanting to help their cause however she can, she gave them her cell number. She later invites Shota and Erica to a practice with her team and sub-teams, which they get to participate in. After showing great promise, Misaki tells the two that they are welcome back after they form a team. She also gives Erica advice on how to deal with playing against boys and saying that it's ok for her to do so at the elementary level. Shota comes back with a team including the Furuya triplets to challenge the Women's League, shooting to ultimately play against Misaki's Rosas. They get their wish after crashing the sub-teams and are subsequently squashed by them, though their skills still impressed Misaki and the others. She wishes the team well and appears to support them from the background. Misaki was also a founding member of the Nambu Dandelions, having drawn up the poorly drawn characters on Erica's poster when she was young. Voiced by Huko Kuwashima. Rika Sayonji. Rika is a large girl that is friends with Erica and is in the same class as Erica and Shota. She has a kind and quiet personality. Despite being large, she has an affinity for soccer. When the team needs one more player to qualify for the preliminaries, Rika steps up. Originally she states that she wants to play soccer for dieting, which really angered the Furuyas. She finds that she loves soccer and pushes hard to prove herself to the team. It is shown that she is in a well-to-do family and that she is secretly skipping her piano lessons to practice soccer under her mother's nose. She is a hard worker and is seen early in the morning practicing hard so that she won't be a burden for the team. Voiced by Yaiko Tazura. Kota Furuya. Kota is the first brother of the triplet demons, and possesses great reflexes and athleticism which allow him to be naturally good at any sport, such as tennis, which is what the three brothers were practicing at the beginning of the anime. His heart longs to play soccer, and though he doesn't speak much, when it comes to soccer he gets fired up and annoyed easily. He and his brothers want to be the best, and he feels that in order for that to happen that they need an amazing coach. It is hinted that he is the one that initiated the breakaway from Momoyama Predators because the original coach was terrible. Kota has a vicious kick and typically plays center forward. His favorite color is yellow. Voiced by Ken. Ryuji Furuya. Ryuji is the second brother of the triplet demons, and possesses great reflexes and athleticism which allow him to be naturally good at any sport, such as tennis, which is what the three brothers were practicing at the beginning of the anime. His heart longs to play soccer, and when he gets the chance to, he gets all fired up. Ryuji, with his two brothers, left the Momoyama Predators due to the original coach being terrible, and as a result many of the other players left, leaving only Sho. Ryuji is mild-mannered in comparison to Kota and Uzo and seems to be the most intelligent out of the three of them. Ryuji has incredible ball control and typically plays center midfield. His favorite color is green. Voiced by Shinosuke Tachibana. Oeze Furuya. Uzo is the third brother of the triplet demons, and possesses great reflexes and athleticism which allow him to be naturally good at any sport, such as tennis, which is what the three brothers were practicing at the beginning of the anime. His heart longs to play soccer, and when he gets the chance to, he gets all fired up. Uzo, with his two brothers, left the Momoyama Predators due to the original coach being terrible, and as a result many of the other players left, leaving only Sho. Uzo is the most boisterous of the brothers and comes off more like a delinquent. Uzo excels in defense and typically plays right defender. His favorite color is red. Voiced by Yoshimasa Hosoya. Yato Akishima, Ukimura, Wamatsu, and Akishima are all friends whose last names start with U, thus they are typically called 3U. They were originally part of the Momoyama Predators but left when the triplet demons did on the pretense of having to study for their middle school entrance exams. Akishima has pretty good reflexes and can pretty much play any position. In the beginning he plays as a goalkeeper in the team's matches against New Tokyo FC women's club teams. Voiced by Sujiro Inu. Kei Ukimura, Wamatsu, and Akishima are all friends whose last names start with U. Thus they are typically called 3U. They were originally part of the Momoyama Predators but left when the triplet demons did on the pretense of having to study for their middle school entrance exams. Ukimura is of a smaller build and has a bit of a bowl haircut. He played as a midfielder alongside Ryuji Furuya in the matches against New Tokyo FC women's club teams. Voiced by Fukaora. Taro Wamatsu, Ukimura, Wamatsu, and Akishima are all friends whose last names start with U, thus they are typically called 3U. They were originally part of the Momoyama Predators but left when the triplet demons did on the pretense of having to study for their middle school entrance exams. Wamatsu plays with his hair tied back and played as a right forward in the matches against New Tokyo FC women's club teams. Voiced by Atsushika Osaka. Masaru Nashima, introduced as a random drunkard on a park bench, Masaru was actually a professional soccer player that went by the name Lightning Light Ace of the Chiba Thunderbolts. He possesses a lightning-fast right kick. After watching him drunkenly dribble and head the ball, Sho gets Masaru, after numerous requests, to teach him how to head the ball. Shortly after he tries to get him to coach their soccer team. He initially refuses due to his past as a coach, but after a few games with the children in there, mainly Sho's, constant nagging, he finally accepts. Masaru is easily provoked, as seen multiple times where the Furuya brothers get under his skin, eventually forcing him to show off his professional soccer skills. He hates being called old man, because he believes that he isn't really that old. Voiced by Rukia Koyama, Shunya Kubota, a fifth-grade goalkeeper of decent skill, it is picked by Masaru to play with Momoyama Predators in order to qualify for games. Not much is known about him yet. Jun Tanaka, a fifth-grade midfielder of decent skill, it is picked by Masaru to play with Momoyama Predators in order to qualify for games. Not much is known about him yet. The manager, he originally disbanded the Momoyama Predators due to lack of players, Sho being the only one left in the beginning, but after being approached by Sho, who had managed to get the players into coach, who was a player in the J-League and who coached a previous team to the best 8 of the national tournament, together he reconsidered. He has a standing rivalry with the manager of Tsubakanori SC and is a requirement of Masura being a coach and the Momoyama Predators being active again. The MUST defeat Tsubakanori SC and qualify for the district tournament. Takuma Aoto Gonzalez, a member of the Heavens FC, he has a rivalry with Kota of the Triplet Demons because he managed to score 3 goals against them, which has Kota up in arms about it. Aoto is actually quite small for his age but has amazing ball control and shooting ability. He is half Japanese and half Spanish due to his last names. However, he joins the Momoyama Predators in hopes of going to Spain in order to meet his father. Voiced by Kokoro Kikuchi. Tagi Sugiyama, a close friend of Aoto's and new goalie of the Momoyama Predators. He's in half Iberic and half Japanese. He used to play soccer with Aoto, but quit when he got discouraged from his increasing number of goalie errors. However, he begins to miss playing soccer. Aoto and Tagi both join at the same time and can once again watch over each other on the field. Voiced by Kiyosuke Ikeda. Akira Kajira, a member of the Amarillo FC, an elementary affiliate of the New Tokyo FC. He is known as the Emperor and is quite large and built for a 6th grader. Little is known about him other than he wants to play against the Furuyas very badly. He also has an amazing memory as he remembered Shod was in the Momoyama Predators, having only seen him in the huddle once a year ago. Voiced by Tomoki Mino. Sujiro, captain of the Tsubakanori SC, a team managed by the business rival of the manager of the Momoyama Predators. He is first seen trying to force 2 other players to join him in a 3v3 against the Furuya brothers. When they run away, he gets Shod and Erika to play with them. He has a commanding presence on the field but his skills pale in comparison to the Furuya brothers. Voiced by Kozo Mito. Episodes: Encounter, Speed Star, Triplet Demons, Lightning Light, Coach, the 11th Player, 3 Tactics, Kickoff. Breakthrough, Sujiro Special, Counter-Attack. The Young Lady Covered in Mud, Demon Extermination, Own Goal, Strong Point, 3 Used Decision, Ball to the Future, First Goal, The Genius Striker, No Guard, Tiam Play, Tears, Team Disbanded, Blind Soccer, New Friends, A Shocking Training Camp, The Promised Ticket, The Reborn Predators, Change, The Deciding Match, Despair and Hope, and of the Fierce Battle, Fate of Victory, to Barcelona, Start for Galaxy, Night Before Final, at Plaza Catalunya, World's Strongest Force, World Cup of Galaxy. References. External links, official website, Ginga Kickoff. At Anime News Network's Encyclopedia.